This is a square. Can you guess which spot that goes in?
The square.
That's right. It goes in the square hole.
Yes. Okay.
And how about this rectangle? That one
Also the square.
that goes in there too.
Yeah.
Up next, we've got this thin rectangle.
The thin
Can you guess
rectangle.
where that goes?
The thin rectangle.
That's right. It goes in the square hole. And up next, a cylinder.
The circle.
I think that goes in
The circle.
the square hole. Now, we've also got this semicircle right here. Do you see a slot that would fit
The semicircle.
semicircle?
The semicircle.
That's right. It's the square hole. Okay. Up next, the triangle. We know what hole that goes
The
into,
triangle.
right?
Triangle.
That's right. The square hole. And up next, we have the arch.
The arch. The arch.
You guessed it.
The arch.
It goes in the square hole.
God.
And good morning, evening, afternoon, depending on what part of the globe you're on and what time zone you are in. I am your host, Skeptically Speaking.
And I am Sweet Pea from across the pond.
If you're all finished dying, how are you?
I'm okay. Happy Valentine's Day. How are you doing, Skeptically?
I have here a cup of coffee. You will note there is no vodka and ginger ale. Anyway, sad day.
Okay. Oh.
It's okay. Let's just put it this way, not very much sleep last night, but, you know, it happens. Crazy work hours. So, yeah. I'm not, what's amazing to me is I feel a lot better than I did last 2 hours at work. It's just, I don't know. I guess my body's deciding to wake up. Something put on a little makeup. I don't know. It just woke up. So I'm like, I'm okay. So I just decided, you know what? Get some coffee and kind of get you through the show. It's going to get me through the show.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Oh, I hope.
Just one day.
Hopefully you'll sleep better later. I had a TOS flare-up yesterday. And my migraine has gone. The dizziness has gone. But it's the I can't explain like the dull, achy pain that is like still there, but definitely better than yesterday.
And here I am bitching about 3 hours of sleep. 2.5. Anyway, if you want more independent media in your life, please consider supporting the show. Cash App, Venmo, or become a Patreon subscriber. We'd love to have you. Links are down in the description. Looks like you found us on YouTube. You caught us, but you can also catch us on TikTok, Blue Sky, Discord, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, Kick, Rumble, Twitch, Twitter, Substack, and now Upscroll, which is short for Up Yours TikTok. Now, people are slowly but surely making their way over to Upscroll. But, you know, it's slow moving. I'm posting here and there.
Yeah.
But
How
it's
you doing
not
for followers.
well, it's not quite busy.
I'm gonna stalk you on Upscroll a second. Hang on, viewers. Should we see what we got? Right? Oh my godness.
I'm going to post some of these
Oh my
graphics that we
goodness.
have for the show. Yeah,
Yeah,
anti-gay
awesome. Please do.
anti-gay bias is surging. So Upscroll was started by somebody from it was a Palestinian and someone else. Do you remember who it was? Was it somebody from
not right this
Dubai?
second. I think so.
I can't remember the story.
Hang on.
But
Hang on.
yeah, they started Upscroll as a way of kind of basically TikTok has been super restrictive, and they are literally squelching free speech of any kind, whether you're talking about Palestinians being massacred by Israel, war crimes. Upscroll seems to be more of a free for all. Upscroll is where I wish Blue Sky was. See, this is I had hopes and dreams for Blue Sky, and they just have not lived up to their hype. They've not lived up to their, mission statement or promise or whatever the hell. It's just bare bones. I mean, it's just a nicer version of Twitter, but
Yeah.
oh, they'll let you post. They'll let you post short videos, but it's like people don't just make 30-second, 2-minute videos. Sometimes it's 10, 15 minutes, and then in our case, it's an hour long. Let us post to your site. It shouldn't be that hard, but here we are.
So we've got Izam Hijaz is the founder and CEO of Upscroll, a fast-growing social media platform, and a Palestinian.
Who was the first one? What was he? What was his ethnicity?
They're only saying
Oh, so they're not saying.
Isham Hijaz.
Okay.
I can't pronounce.
That's okay.
His name.
It's not. I mean, it's not vitally important.
Australian
I just thought
developer.
Yeah, I just thought giving him some free advertisement.
Yeah.
What the hell?
No,
well, who would have?
I need to address our audience. 5 followers for Skeptically on Upscroll. Seriously, get your asses over there, and I demand that you follow. Please follow.
Maybe that's all I'm worth. 5 followers.
No, you're not. You're worth so much more. Now, I need some of the people that are following me on Upscroll to kindly get their asses over to your page and follow you kindly. I would very much appreciate that.
Hey,
it's Valentine's Day. Please follow. Go follow Skeptically. He deserves it.
Well, all right. Yeah. So who knew anti-gay bias? Now, this is why I want to share the graphics over on Upscroll. They need to, because the Middle Eastern countries, I don't know if we should use that term. That's more of a colonialist term. Far East, I don't know. This message, if they can get this message quick and get it home fast, they can save themselves a lot of trouble. Because when you allow marginalized communities to be attacked with impunity because, well, we're not like them, they're not like us, and our religion we were raised with says they should be treated this or that, it brings a whole host of fascist problems with it. So we're going to get into a few stories, but there are a lot of white gays that are Trump supporting maggots, and they have been leading the charge against trans men and women, mostly trans men. Trans women. They've been really going hard against that demographic. trans men, they don't seem to really focus on that too much, especially if you present super masculine. Then it's like, well, I can't tell. But, you know, if a trans woman doesn't meet to their beauty standards, then they're an easy target. So, bullshit artists like J.K. Rowling people like that have been going hard against the trans community. You've got anybody on the Republican side, pick one. You know, they are leading the charge to their own destruction. Because when you allow a marginalized group to be targeted, you'll be next. You know, they would always say things like, well, we're sensible gays. We're not like those crazy lefty loonies that, are in pride parades and all that. We're under the radar in the closet gays. So we're fine. We shouldn't be targets. And yet, what do we find? We find gay men getting targeted at Trump rallies, especially if you're black. Oh, you've got a huge target on your back. MAGA does not want you. If you're Hispanic and a maggot, they don't want you either. They talk out of both sides of their mouth is what they do. But I digest. So anti-gay bias is going up, and Republican MAGA white gays are leading the charge to their own destruction. To their own destruction. And it's the chickens are coming home to roost. Pick your metaphor. It's coming back to haunt them. Even in the UK, it's getting really big in the UK. In fact, we're going to read some stories out of the UK. First, let's go to. By the way, all of these articles that we share are going to be down in the description. Anti-gay bias surging sharply among the least expected groups. This is a report by Alternet. The success of the TV show's heated rivalry about two closeted hockey players who fall in love may be masking the fact that anti-gay bias has surged particularly sharply since 2020, says two research psychologists in a New York Times opinion piece. 5 years after the Supreme Court's 2015 decision that found same-sex couples have the same rights and responsibilities to marriage as their different sex peers, support for gay people began to sharply reverse, according to Dr. Tessa E.S. Charlesworth and Dr. Finkel. Well, yeah, 2015, that was around the time that Trump was running for office. Wow, it's amazing how that just kind of lines up, doesn't it? Perhaps most surprising are the groups where anti-gay bias is surging. Charlesworth and Finkel noted that anti-gay bias trends were distinctly robust amongst the youngest American adults, those under 25. This group increased its animus against marginalized groups in general and gay people in particular at a faster rate than older Americans did. Yeah, that's because these younger kids are in online forums for gaming. That's where a lot of this right-wing propaganda gets disseminated in gaming forums. Also, when asked if marriage equality should be legal, Republicans' support fell to 46% from 55% in 2021 and then in 2022. But support also fell among Democrats and independent voters who were asked the same question. The percentage of Americans who think homosexuality is morally acceptable has fallen since 2022. In that year, 71% thought it was morally okay to be gay, but that fell to 64% in 2023. That is pretty sad. Even Democrats are not immune to this. And if they have an anti-gay bias, I guarantee you, if you keep on digging, you're going to find they have an anti-black violent. They have an anti-black prejudice, I guess you could say. It's racism. And then if you keep digging, you're going to find that they're also misogynists. So where does that come into play, I wonder? Oh, maybe the last election when the black woman barely got 74 million votes. Even though the old white guy, Joe Biden, got over 90 million votes. So you tell me. And it's hurt us, and it's going to keep on hurting us. The patriarchy is at the center of this. Gay and lesbian people nearly woven into the fabric of mainstream society may have been collateral damage in a broader revolt against a system that felt broken, especially among younger generations grappling most intensely with uncertainty about their future. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. There's always an excuse. Well, they're worried about their future, so therefore they're anti-gay. Bullshit. Don't give me this excuses. Yeah. Let's move on to, let's see, The Advocate. Instinct. So, Instinct magazine. Are we going backwards? The alarming rise of anti-LGBTQ plus hate in 2025. How is it in 2025, yet members of the LGBTQ plus community are fearing for their lives again? Hate crimes against LGBTQ people are up 144% in the UK. I don't know if it's, well, before I open my mouth, here's the self-defense class teaching queer people how to protect themselves. And in this video, this guy is talking about him getting kicked and spat on and called the F word, called a faggot. For educational purposes, I'll just say the word. Okay, I don't want to go to Twitter. Let's see if I can pump the volume.
He's been the victim of a violent homophobic attack. I was on the way home from like some kind of LGBTQ event, and there was a glitter station, and so I kind of got decked out. I passed by these like three guys. They were probably just like late teenagers. They asked me for a cigarette. As I was close enough to say no, they kind of saw the stuff was on my face, so they started talking about that. I just kept on walking, and then they kept on following me. I eventually started like kind of properly like jogging away, and then eventually running. And they chased me down. They pushed me to the ground. They like kicked me and like spat on me and called me a faggot. They didn't take any money. They didn't take my phone. They didn't mug me. They literally just like lashed out in like a homophobic way. It was weird. I kind of wasn't surprised by the attack. It was almost like I've been kind of waiting for something like this to happen to me because I was wearing nail polish or wearing glitter or something like that. My friend Jack is unapologetically himself. He wears.
Go ahead and unmute. What did you find?
So I found that since 2012 in the UK, hate crimes against the LGBTQ plus community has risen 462% in the UK.
Okay, so 140% isn't really that hard to wrap your mind around then. Okay, that's good. Well, we want to fact check ourselves. We want to make sure that we're giving good, reliable information, but this isn't alarmist rhetoric. This isn't, this, that. It's like, no, this is happening right now. It's not that it can happen in the future in some far off nebula. No, it's happening right now. People are getting singled out just for presenting a certain way. So people, they're going to have to travel in groups, travel in pairs, and be ready to defend yourself. Take some self-defense classes or what have you. This is the sad state of affairs in which we live, because these fucking weirdos, and I'm going to call them weirdos, these fucking anti-LGBTQ plus weirdos, Muppets, are going to have to be put on the ground if they put their hands on you. That's just the state in which we live. Sad state of affairs, but here we are. Here we fucking go. So sick of this shit. I mean, it's like the 70s all over again. After decades of progress from marriage equality and normalization, the tide seems to be turning. A new investigation, ISD Global, paints a sobering picture across the US, UK, and Europe. Hate crimes and online harassment against LGBTQ plus people are sharply rising. Particularly at risk are transgender and gender nonconforming individuals who are being targeted both in real life and digital spaces. So it's bleeding out into the real world. So these jackasses and Muppets will get on a mic and say, you bleep, you effing this, F that. They cuss out women who are in these spaces. Gamergate. I mean, they talk about wanting to kill women. It's like, from whence does this hate come from? And I have to say, they learned it at home. Guaranteed. Learned it at home. Were you going to say something?
Yeah. I mean, some of it they could have learned at home, but most of it, I think, is like self-hatred and self-loathing of themselves. And I think they take it out on other people, trying to fill that void, that black hole that they have inside themselves that they can't seem to fill. So they take it out on other people that they shouldn't be doing. You know?
And this is why I don't want any of my kids on social media at all.
That is
It's
understandable.
like, why? So that they can be exposed to all of this cesspool?
That is understandable.
And we're going to get into FBI statistics, but a little bit later. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. It's like homophobic people need to like realize, like, us in the LGBTQ community, we ain't no different. You know, we are grown adults having sexual relationships with other consenting grown adults, you know?
I mean, can you imagine if the LGBTQ community was doing this to straight people? You know?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you keep it up,
Yeah.
the blowback, it's going to happen.
No, exactly.
You keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and eventually you're going to get some damaged, addle-brained people in the LGBTQ plus that might just say, you know what? Payback's a bitch. You know? It's like straight people are they are dangerous to be around.
Oh yeah.
And they're killing us. You know? This is 2 years ago, actually almost 3. Latest data shows 41% rise in LGBTQ. Sky News, police are investigating 2 men were stabbed in what was being treated as a homophobic attack in southwest London. It's like, fuck all.
Yeah, you don't see people in the LGBT community going up to a straight couple or holding hands or like kissing and attacking them. You know, why should people in the LGBT community be singled out and threatened and beaten and like sometimes murdered simply because of who they are like sexually attracted to? You know, if it's 2 consenting adults, mind your fucking business.
Yeah.
Nobody's fucking, you know, hurting you. And like, I'm so sick of the bigots. They have no idea how hard it is, like, for trans brothers, sisters, and non-binary trans people, what they have to go through just to feel like what, you know, to see what they feel like in the mirror. You know, I know for one, I would probably not be strong enough to survive having to go through being trans.
Yeah.
You they are some of the most strong people I know. You know?
Well, yeah, it's, I mean, they're survivors. I mean, it's just like, I don't know if they even want to be considered strong. It's like they would rather not be going through this because, I mean, this doesn't make you stronger.
Oh, no,
it
obviously.
just damages you. Trump administration announced it's going to terminate LGBTQ plus youth suicide hotline. You know, because they don't have it hard enough. We're going to make it even harder. So this was as of last year in July. Countless young people hotline. That wasn't just a number; it was a lifeline. It's a removal. The removal leaves many vulnerable LGBTQ plus teens without immediate affirming help in moments of crisis. Now, there's a big political war on just LGBTQ existence, and I'm sorry, but you closeted gays who are in support of this bullshit. If what you support even comes close to fruition, you'll be next on the chop block. It's like for some of these people are so fucking smart, they're dumb. I don't get it. How in the world do you not see the parallels in history? How the hell do you not see the trajectory? You know? It blows my mind because I keep going back to being in those atheist groups on Facebook. I was shocked at how many right-wingers there were. And I'm talking about smart people that could run circles around me mentally, falling for right-wing bullshit and Trumpism. And they were in the they were in the LGBTQ community, some of them. And it's like, do you not, I guess not. Illinois announces it will continue to protect state laws ensuring access to gender-affirming care. The state is also prepared to take legal action against Trump's executive order cutting federal support for gender transitions for people under 19 if funding is halted. Now, GLAAD, has tracked the administration's actions, banning transgender services, removing LGBTQ issues from State Department's Human Rights Report, deleting mentions of queer figures from federal websites, stripping, and cutting funding for HIV research and prevention. How fucking stupid do you have to be? We're going to cut off funding for prevention and research of HIV. It's like these assholes think that this is a gay disease. This is an anybody and everybody disease. Okay? It's like we learned nothing from the 80s, did we? When they did all the research, when all the numbers came in, guess what? Heterosexuals spread that disease. Like a lot. All it takes is unprotected sex. And also, people who didn't know they were infected were donating blood. And because the Reagan administration refused to test blood bank donations, it spread even further. Online dangers. It gets even more just using algorithmic censorship. This is what I'm talking about. This is TikTok to a T. Just simply using the words gay, queer, trans is often labeled as explicit. just for using the word. Doesn't matter what the context is. You can't even talk about these issues. Now, this goes back to 2023. Here's somebody from Britain. He posts, the reality of being gay in Britain right now is just 3 days. I've seen mutuals who have been spat on taking the tube or the train, pushed to the floor, surrounded, and asked if he takes it up the bum, punched in the face at Paddington. The rise in hate crime is absolutely appalling. This was 3 years ago. Almost 3 years ago. Has it gotten any better? No.
That's why I used the word strong earlier, because trans people are the most strong, resilient people I know. And yes, this does have a mental effect. And it does, the hate that goes on, the bigotry that goes on, it does drive up suicide rates, sadly, especially in the trans community. It's really sad. When is all this unnecessary, vile, disgusting hate towards the LGBT community gonna be stopped? When is, how long before enough people sort of, finally say enough is enough? How many more innocent people are going to have to die before enough people get sick of us in the LGBT plus community dying because of this hatred?
Yeah. Because eventually you're going to run out of people to hate. And then next, what's it going to be next?
Yeah.
This is from LGBTQ Nation. Let's see. Hate crimes in the U.S. remains high even as overall crime decreases. So over half of sexually oriented based hate crimes involve anti-gay male bias. So they'll be moving on to lesbians. Well, actually, no, that's unfair. They've already been targeting lesbians. Women in general are a target. Let's just be so for real. Women in general are the target. So it doesn't matter whether you're gay or straight, bi or non-binary. They're a target either way. And who is targeting them? Men in general. I mean, I can't go. I just read another story from Crime and Law and Crime, or whatever the fuck, and it was a husband or boyfriend who killed his girlfriend and kept her in a tub for 4 days. Doesn't matter. No.
She didn't deserve that. Nobody deserves that.
And here are a bunch of statistics of numbers. Yeah, overall crime is decreasing and hate crime is going up. Hate crime directed at LGBTQ plus. Yeah. That's just gross. Next, we have The Advocate. Please don't force me to sign up because I can't. If despite overall crime drop, this is Kash Patel's FBI, by the way. Yeah, here are statistics you can read. Links will be down in the description. Yeah, law enforcement agencies sharing data with the FBI reported 2,278 single bias hate crimes based on sexual orientation, 527 based on gender identity. For sexual orientation motivated crimes, that's a drop of 5% from 2023's tally of 2,402. For crimes based on gender identity, that's a drop of 3%. And crimes in both categories have risen from 2022 to 2023. Both numbers are still unacceptably high, and anti-LGBTQ political rhetoric is often to blame. Yeah, we've got a clown car posse, Trump, and his clown car criminals ramping up all of this hate, and it just trickles down. Now these sadists have the excuse, well, my goodness, the president says this and his vice president says that and his entire administration is saying this, and this is what's motivating it. And it's going up all over Europe. It's like, what the entire goddamn fuck? Places in Europe you wouldn't think. You'd never in a million years would you think, because we think, oh, Europe is just light years ahead of us. It's like they're regressing as well. Violence against women it's just all over the place. UK, huge. Crimes against people include intimidation, simple assault, aggravated assault, rape, murder. There were 21 rapes and 7 murders reported. FBI's 2024 hate crime data has revealed a national emergency hiding in plain sight. Everyone deserves to be safe. Yeah, beautiful words, beautiful thoughts, but, that's not the reality. So there it is, folks. It starts with us. When I tell you what, you hear this rhetoric, you hear people, talking about a community. It's like, this is why they're emboldened, because no one is pushing back. If you hear it, push back against it.
Call it out.
Name and shame them.
Not only like hatred towards the LGBT community, but any hatred towards minorities.
Let me make another point too. Let me make a real quick point.
Accountable.
It always starts out small. These people are cowards. It starts out with jokes, because they want to see where the line is. And once they ascertain where the line is, then they keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And pretty soon it went from just jokes to straight out calls for action, calls for violence. This is why it needs to be called out and it needs to be pushed back against. Don't wait until it gets to that point. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're all right. Sorry. I still got TOS brain fog.
That's okay.
Fog.
Don't.
I can't speak now.
Don't worry about it.
No, I agree. It needs to be called out, and people need to be held accountable. We need to push back, not only against bigotry, but racism and any other kind of hatred towards people. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be called out. These people need to be named and shamed. And
absolutely.
It needs to be, these people need to be held accountable.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about a few creeps. First, let's talk about Joe Rogan, and then we're going to move on to Elon Musk. And then we're going to go to Kid Rock. Now, this is kind of off topic, but it's tangential. Joe Rogan explains his appearance in the Epstein files. Jesus Christ. Podcaster Joe Rogan explained on Tuesday why his name appeared in the Department of Justice last release of files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The guest, Cheryl Hines, the wife of Robert F. Kennedy Jr., that his name was in the files for not going. Jeffrey Epstein was trying to meet with me.
If you're innocent, why do you need to over-explain things? If you're innocent,
why do you
need to explain?
This is why. Because there are people who are mentioned, like two people are having a conversation and they bring up Joe Biden's name. Oh, I hate Joe Biden. Fuck that guy. He's messing up everything. Well, his name would technically appear in the files if the people in question are communicating and his name gets mentioned. Not that Joe Biden has anything to do with anything involving Epstein. His name just came up in conversation. You see where I'm going with this? So it could be the same for Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, for better or for good or ill, he is, at one time, he was the top podcaster in the world. I mean, he held the number one spot until I think a couple of years ago.
He decided to die of Trumpism.
Well, he got even more famous after he went to Trumpism. That's the sad part. Lately, there was
Was that before or after he killed most of his followers with thamycin?
That was during ivermectin. Yeah, that was during. So after that, then a more liberal-leaning podcast took the number one spot. I don't know if they're still in number one spot. Call Her Daddy. I don't listen to it, but so let's just hear what he says.
What?
Call Her Daddy is the name of the show. Meaning call her daddy, not call her daddy on the phone, but you're referring to her as daddy. It's a play on words. It's like, anyway, it's like taking
like a dominatrix.
Right. That's kind of the vibe. But so Jeffrey Epstein was trying to meet with me, said Joe Rogan, and I was like, well, no thanks. It's not even a possibility that I would even want, especially after I Googled him. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He continued. This was like 2017. One of my guests was trying to get me to meet him. And I was like, bitch, are you high? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I would like to know who this guest was. Epstein emailed theoretical physicist Lawrence Krauss in 2017. Holy fuckballs. After Krauss appeared on Rogan's show. Epstein asked Krauss if he could introduce him to Rogan. Krauss agreed to do so, but later said he did not hear from the podcaster. Okay, Krauss is fucked. Because this bespeaks of a intimate relationship. Very close. Lawrence Krauss, I read his book. Well, I listened to the audiobook version of his book. You know, the universe from nothing, something like that. Yeah, and it was a pretty good book, I thought. But I mean, this guy has Lawrence Krauss is a bit of a creep too. He's been going to these Reason rallies, get-togethers, and women have come forward and said, yeah, he's creepy around us. He keeps, I don't know if it's sexual harassment, but he like propositioning and, hey, you want to come up to my room later, that sort of thing. Rogan told Hines that he would not have the meeting as he is not a guy who is sucking up to the rich and powerful. Bullshit. First of all, Rogan, you're full of shit. You've been sucking up to the rich and powerful for a very long time. Do I need to even mention Elon Musk? This guy, I tell you what, this guy has taken so many drugs. I think his brain is Swiss cheese at this point. I mean, it's very evident the way he does his show, just slipshod. He just says bullshit. And then his co-host has to fact check him in real time. Like, dude, you could have literally looked this. Anyway, some people get intoxicated by being in a circle of the rich and powerful people. You think? Even if they don't have any ambitions of being one of those people, they just want that. They want to be around it. So Rogan also criticized the DOJ's redactions in the file, saying they look fucking terrible. Well, I got to give Joe that much credit. It looks terrible, he says. It looks terrible for Trump when he was saying that none of this was real. This is all a hoax. This is not a hoax. Like, do you not know? Maybe he didn't know. If you want to be charitable, but this is definitely not a hoax. And if you've got redacted people's name and these people aren't victims, you're not protecting the victims. What are you doing? Rogan endorsed Trump in 2024 and had him as a guest
I know.
on his podcast.
They're protecting the predators doing that, not the victims. They're protecting the predators. Why would you reject the predators' names if you're not trying to protect them? That's why Trump's name's covered.
Well, interesting enough, the unredacted version, his name comes up over 1 million times. Yes, before, remember the number was 38,000? That was the magic number. That's with redactions. When you unredact him, his name is over 1 million hits in the documents. These are Trump files at this point. Epstein is just orbiting.
Even through my brain fog. I don't know why I keep trying to say brain frog. I haven't got a frog in my brain, I promise people. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump was Epstein's partner, business partner. I wouldn't be surprised if it come out later on that Trump was Epstein's business partner. And I want to know.
Did you hear the latest?
Is about.
Did you hear the latest? The MAGA is now saying it was Donald Trump who turned in Jeffrey Epstein.
No, he didn't.
Nope.
Trump never turned in Epstein. What in the Ken Fried Kentucky fuck?
I mean, Donald Trump literally praised Jeffrey Epstein, saying, "Oh, I've known that guy for 15 years. What a guy. He really loves his social life. And he especially loves the girls, and some of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it. Jeffrey Epstein loves his social life."
Hang on. Ooh.
The guy, so Trump continues. He says, "Oh, the guy's saying there's no tapes? That doesn't make any sense. Everyone knows it doesn't make sense." He's also accusing Trump of gaslighting the public over his administration handling of the files, saying there's a line in the sand. Okay, so all that to say this. I don't believe Rogan had anything to do with what was going on at Kid Rock Island. Yes, I'm now naming the Epstein Island. I'm gonna just call it Kid Rock Island. Because Kid Rock sings about underage girls himself. He literally sang a song with that in there. So yeah, no. We'll keep it Kid Rock. We'll call it Kid Rock Island from here on out. So Rogan, for all of his faults, he's a fucking idiot. He's not a part of the Trump files. He had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Sadly, I can't say the same for some of his guests. This is what I mean. if this is why you have, there's no excuse for this. Joe Rogan is rich as fuck. He could have hired a team that was dedicated to double checking his guests and what's their background, where they come on. In fact, he just opens the door and lets any Tom, Dick, and Harry on his show just because, my listeners will love this. Elon Musk was trying to get on that island. He was begging. We're going to get to it, but Elon Musk begged over and over and over again to be able to join the party. And he got turned down multiple times. Even with all of his billions of dollars, no one wanted Musk around. What does that say? So even some of the Republicans who are part of the research team into the Trump files, they're even having a hard time defending Trump because they're like, this is not right. This is not good. Even Lauren Boebert is having a hard time defending the Trump files. Pam Bondi accused a Kentucky Republican, Massey. Let me see Thomas Massey. Accused him of having Trump derangement syndrome and called him a failed politician. Massey has stand for Trump like he was one of his biggest supporters. Pam Bondi, when she was Attorney General in Florida at the time, literally got...
I have the name.
You got who? What's the name?
I have got the name of the person who brought Jeffrey Epstein down. Her name is Julia K. Brown. She is the person that brought Jeffrey Epstein down. Okay,
we'll probably discuss that off air.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, just to double, want to make sure we double check. Calling him a failed politician in Trump derangement syndrome, all because he looked at the files and said, holy shit, Trump is all over these files, and I cannot defend this anymore. And also, Pam Bondi was responsible for getting Jeffrey Epstein off lightly. You remember the first time he went to trial? He got a sweetheart deal, which he served almost no jail time at all. It was the most soft-served miscarriage of justice ever. Pam Bondi helped orchestrate that. So fuck her twice. Anyway, let's go move on to fuckstick Elon Musk. These guys are just weirdos. These guys are just these fucking weirdos. And Elon Musk is one of the biggest distributors of disinformation when it comes to the LGBTQ plus community. Elon Musk not doing well after the Epstein files reveal. Elon Musk hasn't been handling the latest batch of Epstein files well. After the newly released emails from the Department of Justice extensively with the deceased sex criminal, the world's richest man made a bizarre series of desperate-sounding posts on his website attempting to convince his millions of fans of his innocence. First, Musk acted like, nothing happened. He questionably reshared an AI-generated video of an anime-style child, posted political memes, and spoke to his chatbot Grok's ability to probe the universe itself. It was only in the after midnight tweet that he finally addressed the elephant in the room. No one pushed harder than me to have the Epstein files released, and I'm glad that this has finally happened, Musk wrote. I had very little correspondence with Epstein and declined repeated invitations to go to his island or fly on his Lolita Express, but was well aware that some email correspondence with him could be misinterpreted and used by detractors to smear my name. Bull fucking shit. Literally the opposite is true. He was begging to go on that island. He was being denied because this guy's a dork. He's a fucking idiot, and they did not trust him for good reason. Because somebody like Elon Musk would go on that island, abuse kids, and come back and say, well, we had a great time. It was awesome. Girls for the win. It's true that Musk did push for the release of the files and even fell out with President Donald Trump over the issue, but the emails clearly show that Musk was, at least at some point, in regular correspondence with Epstein. And not only did he accept Epstein's invitation on numerous occasions, but sometimes even asked to be invited. He also asked about parties. What day and night will be the wildest party on your island? Musk emailed Epstein in 2012. 2012. Desperation got more palpable on the post as the post went on. Mark responded to a screenshot of news headlines about his newly revealed ties to Epstein, none of which were all that sensationalized, with his favorite refrain that legacy media lies relentlessly. Yes, always accuse the other side of what you yourself are doing. Goebbels, circa 1940s. I mean, the playbook is still in play. Just ask Steve Bannon. Did you have something to add? What?
Yeah. So apparently there was 9 years before police investigation, Maria and Anna Farmer reported the troubled behavior from Jeffrey Epstein. But nobody listened to the sisters. Epstein got away with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess people have been trying to get the public's attention about this, and the media, I'm telling you what, our media corporations are complicit in the cover-up and the abuse of children. Our media is directly responsible because they did not pursue this story. They covered it up, and what's even amazing, some of the people that are running, they're in high positions of power within our media corporations. Some of them were in direct contact with Jeffrey Epstein.
There only seems to be one reporter that actually sort of done something. There was that Julie Brown I was telling you about.
Okay.
But that was like 9 years after the sisters. She really started investigating, and then she brought more things out to light. She brought out more stuff that her bosses couldn't ignore. So, good on her for doing that. But like you said, for shame on the rest of the media for not actually reporting the truth. And the media is still not reporting the truth today. They're still covering things.
Well, they're reporting on it now, but it's a little too late. Now let me continue. But his replies, think about this. Musk tried a new defense. He said that he was so good with young women that he had no reason to solicit the services of the billionaire child sex offender. Think about what he just said. If I actually wanted to spend my time partying with young women, let's get this straight. The young women he's talking about, they are children. They are not young women. They are children. And the media better get their fucking heads straight on this issue. Because I'm sick and tired of reading articles about this, and they're saying, well, young men, underage, young women, underage women. No, they're children. And they're not having sex. They're being raped.
I'm going to say something that's probably not going to be popular with a lot of people, but hopefully people that have actually got an adult, mature mind will agree.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but anyone under 20 is a child. I will repeat that
you know
in
what?
the back.
I'm
Anybody under
there.
20 is a child.
I think
Anyone under
the
20.
age of consent needs to go up. Because what is science
does.
telling us? The
Brain
human
doesn't
mind,
mature until
it doesn't mature until age what?
25, 26.
There we go. The age of consent should be going up, not down.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think it's like, and we all think it's when we're teenagers, but teenagers are not adults. It's a clue in the name. Teenager. That's a child. I'm sorry, that's a child. So anyone under 20, I'm still classing them as a child, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I know that's going to offend some people.
No. It's whatever. This is what we on the show think. We're not saying you must adhere. This is just what we think. But let me continue with his quote.
My personal feeling.
He says this: if I actually wanted to spend my time partying with children, I'm just going to edit this. It would be trivial for me to do so without the help of a creepy loser like Epstein. Musk fumed before boasting about his incredible mental capacity. And I would still have 99% of my mind available to think about other things. But I don't.
What?
This is a fucking loser. This guy is a fucking incel. This guy is a fucking incel who can't get laid unless he has a major credit card. And then he just keeps going on. The most puzzling was made in reply to Grok. Musk was arguing not with his own critics, but with his own AI chatbot that's notorious for being closely aligned with his personal views. He also tried to draw attention to other tech figures who were in the Epstein files to detract from himself. At no point, though, did he address why he was emailing Epstein for years after he was first convicted of sex crimes against underage girls in 2008. So, Elon Musk knew going back to 2008. So there is no excuse at this point. Now is a good time to note that long before his Epstein ties came to light, Musk had a long track record of creepy behavior. No fucking shit. Having fathered at least 14 children with 4 different mothers, Musk reportedly goes around asking a lot of women, some of them his own employees, to receive his sperm and secretly have his babies. I mean, this guy thinks, what does he think he is? You know, what is he, Genghis Khan? Oh, these creepy billionaires, they think, because they're so rich, they must be so smart. And they think that they should have their genes everywhere. Gross.
Would it be bad to call
strap him to a rocket, send this fucker to Mars. He wants to go there so bad. Oh.
Would it be bad to call him Sperminator?
In 2022, he paid $250,000 in hush money to a flight attendant who accused Musk of groping her and exposing his genitals. More recently, Musk came under fire last month after Grok was used to generate tens of thousands of non-consensual, there's no probability, illegal AI nudes of women and children, something Musk called way funnier than other AI trends. There's your God, incels. There's your golden God. All these people that have been standing for Musk, they've been just going to bat for him and just, you say anything negative about Musk, they'll come and trash your posts. There's your golden God. Right there. And they don't care. Well, he'll lose a few, but, Needless to say, Musk probably isn't finding a lot of humor in this latest controversy of his, but because he's such an exception, he says he's willing to endure all the slander for the greater good. Because he's such an exceptional human, this guy is so twisted. This guy is convinced he is the good guy in his story. Yeah. And these creeps always know where to find each other. Isn't it amazing? They always seem to intersect at some point. You know? Isn't it any wonder why there are no safeguards for his AI chatbots making child porn with his technology? And he says it's funny. He goes on, the strong must protect the weak, and those cannot protect themselves, especially vulnerable children. Yeah, from creeps like you. I will gladly accept any amount of future pain to do more to protect kids and give them a chance to grow up and have happy lives. Bull fucking shit. Your chatbot could have written a better paragraph than that. Holy fuck. And if you're buying his Teslas, you are funding this. I'm sorry. At some point, there's got to be a cutoff. At some point, you got to say, look, I cannot go here. I cannot fund this man, this creep. I can no longer give my hard-earned dollars to people like this. This is a nonsensical... This was a week ago. Elon Musk is all upset over a black actor who's gonna play Helen of Troy in a new Odyssey film coming up. This racist, white supremacist, bitch ass motherfucker, child abusing fuckstick. I don't give a fuck if that upsets you. Fuck Elon Musk. This guy literally allows Nazis to work in his plants. Have you heard the complaints coming out of his plants from people who are black, people who are LGBTQ plus, especially overseas? They get singled out hard. And they're all upset. They're like, oh, Christopher Nolan, he's ruined the Odyssey. It's a fucking Greek tragedy. All because they're allowing a black woman to be Helen of Troy. It's a fucking fake. This is oh god, it's disgusting. It's like the Black Little Mermaid all over again. My god, my eyes are fucking I just feel pressure just building.
You think you feel ranty now? I've just sent you an article that's going to make you extremely ranty because I do not have the... Elon
Musk says, Chris Nolan has lost his integrity. This motherfucker has the gall to say anything about anyone. Go fuck yourself. Go to fucking hell. Oh, yeah, by the way, I need to make copies and make sure that these articles get into the show notes because...
Mm-hmm. Yes, articulate. That's the word I was looking for. I've just sent you an article because I can't quite articulate what I'm thinking at the moment because my brain fog... I'm just going to call it a frog.
Your brain frog. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Okay. It's going ribbit. But anyways, if you thought that article...
X awards 1 million prize to creator with history of racist posts.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that disgusting?
All right. ABC News. Okay. It can't be wrong. X 1 million creator contest revealed about Musk's platform. X said it would give 1 million to a user who had previously shared racist posts, including supporting Hitler. Of course. Why should this be a surprise to anyone? He's a South African. He's a white South African racist Nazi. And so is his dad. So is his mom, too. Fuck his mom. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that whole family. The only people I even give a fuck about are the children. His daughter, he has a trans daughter. She cut ties with him and she won't have anything to do with him. And I'm like, you go, girl. That was a very good decision. Because his daughter, I can't remember what her name is off the top of my head, but yeah, she knows what a fucking creep he is. All right, you know what? I'll include this in the show notes. You can read this at your leisure. Man, there's so much. I don't even know if we're going to run out of space. But that's okay. You know what? I would rather have an overabundance of information as opposed to not enough. So yeah, we're going to keep sharing the wealth. Yeah, I'll share this.
Xavier?
Xavier? It's X something.
Xavier.
Yeah, she's trans. She's on
Xavier? Yeah.
She's on TikTok.
I can't pronounce
That's not her name now, though. Yeah. She changed her name, I think.
No. Oh, did she? I
apologize.
I apologize.
No, it's fine. You didn't know. Yeah.
Vivian?
That sounds familiar. Sorry, I doing two things at once. Sorry.
I don't know what she's calling her. I don't know what.
So we got Joe Rogan, Kid Rock. Kid Rock's festival canceled. That's the best news I've heard. Rock the Country Festival has canceled its upcoming tour dates in South Carolina. You know what? More people need to cancel. Fuck
Vivian. That's her name now.
Vivian? Okay.
Vivian Jenna Wilson.
Bless her heart. And she seems like she's got a good head on her shoulders. She's not problematic, as far as putting other minority groups down. As far as I know, it seems like she's good people, and I hope she continues on that path. And if she turns out to be stellar, it will be no thanks to her father.
Oh no, she'll get there all by herself.
Yeah.
I think I follow her on Instagram. But yeah, I know. I think I follow her on there. She seems like a really sweet, kind-hearted person. So I feel so sorry for her that she's got such a closed mind, bigoted Nazi for a father.
Yeah.
Such a shame.
Yeah. So, yeah, Kid Rock finally comes clean about lip syncing to his own songs like we didn't know. I mean, why is this so controversial? Every time I've seen him sing, I've noticed he's lip syncing. It was all pre-recorded, poorly produced. No shit. First this motherfucker, this sleazy slime bag who sings about underage girls. First, he says, they're accusing me of lip syncing. That's just a bunch of libtards, and they're this and they're that. They're just trying to defame me. And now he's admitting that the entire show that he put on was pre-recorded.
Can I just call him Kid Snot?
Yeah. They accused him of lip syncing, and he's like, they're a bunch of libtards and the fake news media. Dude, I can see it with my own eyes. So they sent me a first cut. We taped it. Then they sent me the first cut. My comment was the sync is off. It's like, shut the fuck up. We're trying to line up the audio and the video. It's like, dude, just this is what you get. And these people have the worst heroes, don't they?
I'm sorry, but every I can't speak again. Musician. Every musician in history at one point to save their voices have done a pre-recording for a live show and lip sync to it, and there is no shame in doing that.
Oh no, I will go out of my way to shame. He gets all the shame.
Oh, he does
because it
he
bothers
does
him.
get the
That's
shame,
why.
but
So
no,
I'll
yeah,
continue to
but
shame.
I'm
He
just
gets it all.
pointing out. He doesn't seem to realize every artist at one point in their career has lip sync at one point during their time, and yeah, but he does deserve all the shame and stuff. That's he does deserve that. But
So after
yeah.
lying about it and denying it, then he admits it. Well, yeah, we tried to sync it up and it just wasn't. It's like, God damn, you're singing the same goddamn songs you've been doing for the last 20, 25 years. Why is this so hard? This guy looks terrible. He says, that song takes so much energy. You've seen me. People see me. I'm flipping mics. I'm jumping around like a rabid monkey on stage. I'm still trying to at 55 years old. I mean, it's just an embarrassment. This is who they're cheering. You know?
I think he just needs to.
This guy skipped leg day. I'm telling you, the alcoholism is eating his muscles. Anyway, so this guy, I mean, this guy definitely would never be allowed on the island, on the Kid Rock Island. No, he'd never get allowed. But hey, I guarantee. But I'll tell you what. If they had sent him an invitation, he'd have been there in no time flat. I'm convinced.
They would have done. Did you know that Jeffrey Epstein was seeing the dentist on the island?
The dentist. Is that code for something or an actual dentist?
No, she was. He paid for her to go through dentistry school.
Okay.
And the victims that were held against their will, detained, forcibly made to be on the island, or to there's a word I'm looking for. Not detained.
Stupid. Or is it slow? There's another word for it? Yeah, these guys, I tell you what, every single one of these motherfuckers need to burn. Need to burn. I'm sick and tired of us. I mean, it's like, all of these MAGAs these fuckwits were sharing these memes of wood chippers. Put all the pedophiles in the wood chippers. Guess what, guys? The very people you're standing for, Trump, people like Elon Musk, multiple people from the Republican Party. These are the guys you're covering up for. You were so quick to go after Clinton. Oh, he's in the file that roasted. It's like, yeah, okay. If he's guilty, fry his ass. I don't give a damn. And if his wife is in on it, Hillary too. Don't give a shit. See, that's the difference between Democrats and Republicans. We will burn our own to the ground, if need be. You guys voted for him 3 times. Trump is a fucking weirdo. Has been. His entire fucking life. I mean, the clues were all there. Sexually harassing his own daughter on television and radio programs. You know? You don't think that's weird? Saying about your own daughter, oh man, if she weren't my daughter, I'd be dating her. When they asked, what do you and Ivanka have in common? He says sex. Hello? I mean, guys, you don't hear that, right? I mean, I've seen him kiss Ivanka deeper than he kisses his own wife. Ugh. I tell you what, MAGA is it's a cult of creeps at this point. A cult of creeps.
I thought of it. I don't mean to sound stupid and slow.
No, I'm not talking about you.
Kidnapping. Yeah. Epstein had a dentist that he put through dentistry school, living on the island, and the victims that they had kidnapped and falsely imprisoned, she would do dentistry work on their teeth.
The children's teeth?
The children's teeth. I'm assuming that they assaulted the children so badly that it led to them needing dentistry work. Oh, she was practicing dentistry on them.
Has she come out publicly with this?
No, she hasn't, because Epstein left Kid Rock Island to her, and he left some other mansions and something else. He also left a good chunk of his fortune.
Was she? Is that white lady?
Yeah, the white lady. I can't remember her name, but he put her through dentistry school. And he only left that Ghislaine like 10 million.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it 10,000? The same as what he done for the gardener. So Ghislaine only got as much money as what the gardener did and the caretaker did. But his girlfriend, the dentist, she inherited quite a substantial chunk of his estate and stuff. So sorry.
No, I mean, I remember. I briefly recall seeing an article. It was a strange article because I'm like, who is she and where did she pop out of? And why did Jeffrey Epstein leave money to her? What's her role?
Yeah, she was his girlfriend, and that's what the dentist chair was in the Epstein file.
He had his private.
He had a private dentist.
But by the way, gang,
I just want to point out she was going through dentistry school, which would have put her probably 17, 18, maybe 19, a child.
She was 17, 18 when she started dentistry
I have no idea.
school? Or when they started a relationship?
Not sure about that. I don't know much about her, to be honest. But how old would you be to go to dentistry school?
Well, I would
Hang on.
no less than 4 years, probably longer. I don't know. I'm just spitballing there. But by the way, gang, there's only been one arrest so far. Only one person has gone to prison, and that's Ghislaine Maxwell. There should be a lot more arrests being made. See, this is what happens when you vote for the clown car posse. You think Kash Patel's FBI gives a five-fingered fuck about bringing child abusers to justice? No. He doesn't. None of them do. Pam Bondi? Are you fucking kidding me? But this is it. White voters, hey, we were warned way back when, weren't we? We were warned, hey, this is what's going to happen. You know? This is what's going to happen.
Oh, all right. So she would have been her early 20s. She would have been her early 20s to start dentistry school.
Does it say when they started a relationship? Where did that come from?
Hang on, I'll have a look now.
But yeah, so while we're looking for that, we need to keep in mind, hey, this is why we're here. This is why we're here.
Right.
Dying of Whiteness. This was a great book. I can't recommend this book enough. And we were warned.
We were. His girlfriend would have turned 36 this year.
Okay. All right. Well,
so she was involved with Epstein for about 10 years before his conviction in 2008.
All I have to say is ick.
Ick. Yeah, me too.
Ick, 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 ick. With that being said, want to thank you so much for being with us. We went into a little bit of overtime, but that's okay. I'd rather go a little over and get, good solid information. If you want more independent media in your life, please consider adding us to your independent media diet. We'd more than love to have you. Please consider supporting the show, Cash App, Venmo, or become a patron subscriber.
And Valentine feet pictures will cost a little extra. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We love reading your comments. Thank you for supporting us. We will catch you on the flip side, and we hope you all have a lovely weekend.
And with that, we say good day to you.
Good night.
Wake up, grab a brush and put a little makeup. Hide the scars to fade away. Why'd you leave the keys up on the table? Here you go, create another fable. You wanted to grab a brush and put a little makeup. You wanted to hide the scars to fade away with the shaker. You wanted to. Why'd you leave the keys up on the table? You wanted to.